I am doing adjustment layer, and that means there are layers above. Each one is their own individual layer that's changing the color. So let's do another part of the shoe, and I want to do the peace sign. So, or this little part here. So I did this purple, but I want to do one in yellow. So I'm going to the layer. Let's zoom in. And I'm using the regular lasso, but you can, I like the regular lasso, but my favorite is the polygon. It's a little bit more exact. So when you click, see, it stretches out. Then you can click, and you can be more accurate. Because if you do it by freehand, you will have to clean it up. It gets messy. But this one is a slower click, but it's like almost like Illustrator, like you're clicking with anchor points. And then I'm gonna come back to where I start. Once I click where I start, or you can double click, you will have your selection. And now I got the marching ants. I'm gonna go to my adjustment, go to hue and saturation one more time, and see it's changing color. Didn't much, see, you notice nothing happened until you start using the slider. But if you press colorize, it really makes the leather change color. So it doesn't have a mix of brown. So I want more brighter yellow, because if I had, see, the yellow just looks dirty. See how it looks? But if I hit colorize, there's a big difference. So I'll make it a little bit softer, and you can do a little bit brighter or more intense. So that's very vivid, that's too much. Kind of want to keep it more realistic, so it does look like leather that's been dyed. And let me zoom back. And then you have your colorways. And you can go on, but I just wanted to go over. See, I can go in here and say, maybe the wings, I maybe make the wings light blue. It's up to you. So all of this can be different colors instead of it just being basic brown. So once you have this, you can decide, do I want this shoe back here or just one shoe? And what you want to do is you can say, I don't want the white. So you can just select with the quick selection. And the good thing, this is on a white background. It's a brown shoe. So it may jump onto the other shoe because the brown is touching, and Photoshop might think to add it. It didn't add it, but I noticed down here, I'm just gonna press the Alt key and just rub away the white and deselect that. So now I have this. I'm good to press the mask button, go to your shoe layer, press the mask, and there you have your shoe. And then you would save it. You want to save it with all the hue and saturation together, in case you want to come back and change the color or do more adjustment. So save as a Photoshop. That's the best way. Down here is Photoshop PDF. And it keeps the layers and information. And then down here is TIFF. TIFF. That will save it also with layers. PNG, if you were doing a PowerPoint, you cannot bring in a Photoshop file, but you want the transparency here, you have to save it as a PNG, but you won't have your layers. The layers get deleted. It becomes flat. But that's a good way if you're doing a web page or PowerPoint or something like that. But since Illustrator can work with Photoshop files and all these special layers, just do that. But I do TIFF. This is my personal favorite because when you have this option, you can do zip on your image and zip your layer so it's even smaller than a Photoshop file and it doesn't destroy anything. So that is putting together your one of your image, and then like the bag. Once again, I could say, you know what, I'm gonna select the bottom of this bag very carefully. It did work. And I'm gonna superimpose a design on it. So let me get a image, and it's gonna be part of my design. Let's see, I had the wrong way. I might use this one, not him. Where is it? I have the artist in print. I think I lost it. Oh, there we go. So this is a fun one. I'm gonna take this image and I'm gonna superimpose it over my bag. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna select it with the marquee. I don't need my brush setting, sorry. Let me move this over here. Actually, I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna select this background, this artwork, without all the frame. So I'm gonna put my guides, my ruler. So my ruler here, the ruler on the side. I find that helps me select something in a square easier. So more accurate and more precise. Okay, let me zoom back. Now when I do the little marquee, it locks to it. And what I'm going to do is I select this. I want to use this as a pattern. So I'm going to go to down at the bottom of edit in the menu. You have define pattern. And I say pattern 8, pattern 6 is. Then I'm going to go back to my bag. And I'm going to do a adjustment print on top. So in the adjustment button, again, I'm gonna go to pattern. And see, it shows up the pattern. And you can see it, it's too big. So I'm gonna move it, you can move it. And then I'm gonna make it, it's 100%, I'm gonna go down to 56, maybe 30%. I just wanna put the little artwork at the bottom of the bag. And then I'm going to make it look like it's dyed, but still leather. So what I do is I blend it. So this layer, switch it from normal, see, to multiply or linear burn. Actually, I like multiply. Linear burn Looks a little too dark in the shadows. So what it did was it took the cream of the color, and because it's so light in the white, the brown of the leather shows through. So it looks like it's printed. Like it? So this is gonna be my editorial. I'm gonna remove all the white. So I could select the bag, but I'm gonna do something for you that's faster. I'm gonna click on the white. I'm using the magic wand. I'm gonna hold shift. So I'm picking up all the white. Let me zoom in. Even between here and here. This works if you have a solid color like white or black, but as long as it's not close to the color of the object you want to see. So if I do mask, it takes it away. So what I'm going to do, there's a way to hide it. So under layer mask. So what I'm going to do is hide. So here's hide selection. So I'm going to hide the white background. And there we have it. And now I have it on a transparent background. Let's save this as a TIFF. And then the last one, I'm going to open up I like that pattern. I might use it. I'm going to use this one. I'm going to open up my print report model. And it's just saying bounding box. It's doing 300. I'm going to do 200. I'm going 100 pixels less only because it's not necessary to have it too high, but it'll be fine. So what you do, the magic wand, see, picks up too much. So I'm going to deselect, and I'm going to do the new thing in Photoshop is fast. It's called an object selection. And you can do the rectangle, and it selects the model. But I'm going to deselect. I'm going to switch it to the lasso. So there's a lasso selection. So I'm going to go around. And then it captures. And I don't want this sash, so I'm just going to do lasso. But it's fine. I'm going to do minus because I don't want the tie, the waist tie sash to be part of my selection. So I'm going to minus that. Ooh, come on. She's like going crazy on me. Good thing with Photoshop, it scrolls pretty well. Where's that? There we go. We want this. I know that's part of the pan. Let's scroll up. There we go. Thank you. Double click to close. Perfect. I'm going to do my pattern fill. And I'm going to say, maybe smaller. Just a little bit smaller, but I like it. And then, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit bigger. Let's go to 80. I don't know why it's jumping around. Come on, get back here. And then I'm going to move it before I say okay, because I want this print showing up in the middle. There we go. And I'm going to say overlay. So that's multiply, linear burn. That is color burn. But I'm going to do overlay. Actually, it's to trying to get it to blend in softer. So I'm gonna do linear burn for this. That way I can see the shadow of the pants, but I want it lighter. I don't want it I want it more antique and vintage. So I'm gonna lower the opacity down. And what I'm gonna do with this one is a neat little idea. I'm gonna select it. I'm not gonna make it a pattern. It's just gonna be, let's just say, it's not a print anymore. I'm saying this is going to be a embroidery, an applique. So I'm going to go back to my model. And I wanted to put it on the sash, but now I'm thinking about putting it on the blouse. So actually I could do both. So let's go to the sash. And I'm going to use the quick selection very, very slowly. I want to capture one halter, just one side. And like I said, it's sensitive because the white and the background is jumping together. So now I can just take the mask off. Close. Now I have that. So I'm going to go to my print. Got the Americana one, I did that. This one. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go back to my model. And I'm going to do the applique here. So it's falling around the model. So I'm going to do a special paste because I selected it, this area. I'm going to do paste special, and it's going to say paste into. And it's almost like you're doing a mask. So I'm going to say paste into, and there I have it. And now I'm going to change it. Because I did paste into, I can do transform and scale. I can rotate it and move it freely without it messing up my artwork. So I'm going to do that, hit enter. I'm going to do real fast, Control T. And I'm just going to put it just there. as an applique, and I'm gonna blend it. Or a little bit of opacity. I just wanted just to put it there, and I could have done it down here to the tie as well. So I could have select this tie. Say paste into. There we go. I'm gonna transform, Control T. There we go. Do darker color. I still see the cream color, so I'm gonna do darker color. Now it's white. And you have a little matching, and you can probably put one over here if you want to. But that's changing the look of your editorial and incorporating a style, a silhouette, and also incorporating a print that's trending or a style of an artwork or embroidery. Doesn't have to always be a print, but it could be embroidery or appliques or sequins or something that is now the new buzz on the runway or what all these predicted. So now I'm going to select her. There we go. It didn't do that one. Why, but quick selection, do minus. There we go. And then down here, I think I got a little bit of the floor. I was going to fight me. So anyway, we got the picture. We understand what's going on. Yeah, that needs to go away. Just saying. So we're good. Do a mask. I think I got a little part of the armhole. Lasso faster. Just click, go down. There we go. Make her a mask. See? And save it. And print report. You have your images. And then you will go to your Illustrator for your layout. Page layout. Do you want to color in the background? If you do, you could do a simple gradient. Maybe not that blue, but maybe a softer gradient. And then, of course, the direction of the gradient, I would do something like that. and probably less blue and more white. There we go. Come on, wake up. And then instead of blue, maybe I'll do, come on, color. One more time. There we go. We'll do a gray to it. And then I'll bring in my images. So bring in the model, print report, drag this out. She's the main person. And it has like that is the artwork board from Photoshop. If you don't want that, I could have went here and cropped her app before I brought her in, but if you don't want all this extra, because even though it's not there, Illustrator knows it's there. So when you try to pick up something else, you may accidentally touch her image. But that's just a little minor thing. So bring in the bag. Bring in your, where's the other one? Not the runway girl. Where's my clog? Clogs, where the clogs go? Oh, there we go. Here's my clog. Drag. Let's see, that's a good size. Actually, I'll just overlap them. Play with them like that. Have her over here. And even that little artwork, even that little floral design. I'll put that, actually, you know what? Since I'm in Illustrator, I didn't do it in Photoshop, but I'm gonna crop it. So I'm gonna object, crop. So I'm gonna crop this image. I could have done it in Photoshop, but the good thing, Illustrator can crop it. So I'm gonna crop it. I don't need all that. And I'm gonna use this as a design interest, like a special blow up or call out. And I'm gonna use it in the back, send to the back. As a feature of a larger image, or I could use the print, but that's a good way of doing a little back out. And then you get your fun fonts. This font does not work with this look. So if you have fonts, go get something that's fun. Instead of it just going across, maybe go like this. Have it complement the artwork as well. So let's see if I can move her over. Let me see if I can pick up this. There we go. So you could even do a font like that. Or you can find another font that's a little bit more. This is Bromello. And then you can do a font like that. I don't know, maybe, but that's just me. That's just playing with fonts. And like I said, this font here could be a different font. So I might use Bear Hugs. And I don't like Bear Hugs. Used to like it. Tired of that one. How about Wagner? Yes. That one's nice. Or you can do, actually I probably would change that. So there's a lot, I have tons of fonts. So Dingleberry is fun too. And then Daydreamer. It looks like the same as, I like that one. I like that one. Boho Chic. And then the color too. Maybe this color is not the right one. So you can get the eyedropper. Try red. No. Why is it going away? Oh no, I know what's going on. Let me bring this to the front. Try it one more time. Eyedropper. There we go. Or green. Or the yellow. Instead of being just black, and then this one can be the green. It's kind of too light to see. Make it red. Oops. Send that to the back. There we go.